Greetings, YouTube. Here at Kabam, we know that content creators on YouTube have their own tier lists. And so we decided today to release our tier, our top 5 favorite champs, because we feel at Kabam that these champs really provide the kind of diversity that is needed for awesome gameplay in which you have to evolve and adapt to our ever-changing nodes. And so we took some time out of our very busy schedule here today, which usually consists of forcing the servers to go down at the exact moment you're about to complete your Alliance Quest fight, so you lose health and gain no points, in order to give you this very exclusive special list. So I know I can say for everyone at Kabam, you're welcome. And so the first champ that I wanted to talk about that is in the top 5 of Kabam's favorite when it comes to best champs ever is, of course, the champ that I would just refer to lovingly as Old Balls Logan. Now, you might be wondering, why him? Why not Wolverine, who's great at regeneration, or X-23, who's great at critical hits? Well, because Old Balls Logan is the only champ in the game that's one prostate exam away from death. Now, you might not think that he bleeds at all, or has critical hits, or even regeneration that really makes up for his lack of defensive ability, but you've got to understand that his name has the word old in it. It's not like this is a fighting game that you have to depend on agility and youth in order to survive. What is this? A hand-to-hand combat based off of skill? No. We want Old Balls Logan to be a staple in your collection. And even if you don't want anything to do with him, we promise you, we will rig our crystals to where you will get him in your first 10 5-stars, because that's the Kabam guarantee. But enough about Old Balls Logan. I wanted to take the time to introduce you, or reintroduce you, to a champion that's maybe just as useful. Spider-Gwen. What's that, you say? Why are there so many Spider-Men and women in the contest? Well, we don't actually want to hire people to come up with original ideas. We actually refresh the same ideas over and over again that we get in the local YMCA dumpster after the 3rd graders throw their notes in the trash. Now, Spider-Gwen is a very important part of the Marvel Universe, and she's a very popular character, which is why we decided to put no effort whatsoever into her character, especially her Special 1. I don't know why so many people complain about her Special 1. I mean, it's unblockable. And you could keep spamming that Special 1 over and over again until you lose the fight, but hey, you will gain depression. And isn't that a plus in life as it is? So, really, Spider-Gwen, just a wonderful example of someone that we will force you to open when you want someone else. But hey, we're done talking about Spider-Gwen. In fact, this loser that we're borrowing his account, Profhoff, doesn't even have a 5-star of the next champ. But don't worry, we're going to throw it his way pretty soon. But we're going to go down to his 4 stars and look at Carnage, because we know that it's one of his favorite Marvel characters, and that's why we have intentionally spent time to say Carnage is one of our favorites, because out of all the characters we hyped up and were requested for years, we were told to bring Carnage into the game. The problem is, well, we spent all the money we had on his animations, so there really wasn't any time to test out Carnage. Plus, we didn't want to pay someone to do that when we could just keep their money. So instead of making him bleed the opponent, we just thought, hey, let's bleed your wallet. And then when you actually got him, you would be more disappointed than you ever have been in the game. But hey, at this point, you've given us your money, so you might as well keep playing, because that's the psychology that keeps us in business ever since we got started. And yes, we should probably buff him, and we even promised people last year at New York Comic Con that we would, but we're going to take our sweet time, because we're actually going on dog years, and so at this point we're not going to probably buff him until the year 2040, when the real Kabam CEO is retired and doesn't have to worry about actually fixing the game. But hey, let's get off Kabam and stay on the 4-star list because there's another champion that probably should be improved, and that's exactly why we refuse to improve this champion. In fact, as you scroll down, you'll see that we have given this champion literally no advantages whatsoever, including one of the worst PIs in the game. Because again, we hate this guy, and that's why we love to give you him. Yes, I'm talking about Colossus. Our hearts towards this guy are as hard as his exterior should be. However, you should know by now that we don't care at all about improving people you love. Yes, we have a confession to make. We want this guy to be the reason why you go to church on Sunday, because you're going to have so much to confess after the string of cuss words that you spill out to make sure your late grandmother's gravesite is defamed. We know that he should probably be great, but we're not going to spend the money to improve this guy. In fact, we're going to throw him your way at the worst possible time after you've spent a ton of money, or at least units, on 5-star shards from our terrible monthly offers that only serve to make us more money and to give you that feeling of hope right before we snatch it away from your cold heart. Yes, Colossus probably shouldn't be in the game, but hey, the more champions like him we put in, the less of a chance you have to pull the people you actually want, and that benefits us greatly. But hey, enough about our number 4 favorite champion. We almost ran out of time to talk about somebody that we take more pride in here at Kabam making than anyone else, and we can all but guarantee that this will be one of the first 5 stars you open, because it is Satan herself in a 5-star form. Not sure who I'm talking about yet? Well, let's scroll up so that you can see Miss Marvel, or as we like to call her, Kamala Khan. How could you not love a character that looks like she just made love to a bag of Skittles? And yeah, you might be saying that her specials are so easy to evade, but we here at Kabam realize that some of our biggest, fattest whales are from the United States of America. So we figured, hey, it's easy to evade the specials, just like your American President Trump easily evades a salad at the buffet. And hey, you probably are thinking to yourself, this character doesn't even need to be in the game. And you know what? You're right. She doesn't. But we're going to keep her in. In fact, we might make a Kamala 2099, even though that technically doesn't exist, just to give you further reason to get upset and go for our Grandmaster featured crystals, in which you'll get nothing but 3 stars after you've given us over $100 worth of units. So that concludes the top 5 favorite characters of Kabam. I hope you've enjoyed this official review from the Kabam company itself. And in case you haven't noticed, it's April Fool's. So all these 5 champs can go themselves.